Uh, First of all, thank you very much to be part of this panel here. Um, what are the plans for 2025? So as we heard it before in the panel, so we are a little bit more optimistic, like in the last year. So we see that interest rates are stable, maybe decreasing this year a little bit from the central bank. Again, inflation is still a risk, still a risk this year. But we are optimistic, and also the situation in Germany. We have to wait what happens there. Our path is quite clear. We want to grow. We do about 40 to 50 stores per year in all our 8 countries. So we are present in Germany. It's our home market, and then we are present in Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Croatia, Romania, Bulgaria, and Moldova. 1,550 stores nowadays, and 250 stores here in Poland. So we opened together with Lukasz, with Redcom, as a tenant, our 250th store last year. And this is the path what we are going. And it doesn't really matter if we are in lease or our own premises. We want to grow. The right location is important to us, and we are long-term partnership. We see us as the footfall anchor, and we adapted also with digitalization and all that stuff. So this is where we are heading.
Okay, great. Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but maybe we'll just start by having the panel introduce themselves. And Anya from Singu, maybe we'll start with you. Tell us a little bit about, because I know you changed the name of the company a bit, and tell us, and you've changed your companies. So tell us a little bit about Singu and then about yourself.
Hello, Anna Bartoszewicz-Wnuk. I'm heading Central and Eastern Europe for Singu. I joined Singu a year ago, and before I was heading consultancy, research, project management, workplace strategy at JLL in Poland. And I was with JLL for 20 years, so I know, like most of you, I know from my previous experience. And in terms of Singu, it's a very exciting moment in the journey because Singu is the technology, it's prop tech technology. We are a CAFM platform that is driving the operational efficiency of assets. We are headquartered in Krakow with 85 people. Me based in Warsaw, but we grow our team in DACH region as well. We have people in Romania and in the Czech Republic. And essentially, we are where our clients are. So we cover 200 million square meters of space across many different categories: industrial, retail, both shopping centers and retail parks, retailers themselves, offices, PRS, any actually real estate asset class. We work with Prologis globally, with every warehouse from Prologis is on the Singu platform. We work with LPP globally, with Amrest, ECE across Central and Eastern Europe, with Nepi Castle, and with many retailers. So this is the tool exciting moment because digitalization is now very high on everybody's agenda. So I'm really excited to just dive into the details maybe later on in the panel.
Okay, great. And Natalia, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing.
Hello, everyone. My name is Natalia Tomczyk. I was Miss Poland and Vice Miss World Poland. I'm model from 14 years and also influencer, mainly on Instagram. I also launching my new lipsticks brand, the Gloss Lips by Natalia Tomczyk, and modeling agency Tomczyk Models. And also we launching new Instagrammer platform. This is named Beauty Club, and it will covering about 1,000 influencers, and will provide nice content for companies.
Okay, great. And Anya Wysocka, tell us about yourself and your company.
Thank you. I already said something when we were having like the roundtable introduction, but my name is Anna Wysocka. I'm Business Development Director in Nude Services Poland. From the Polish perspective, we are managing 25 shopping centers across Poland. With total GLA of 700,000 square meters, so that's a very large portfolio, and we are doing this very efficiently using the tools and also going towards the digitalization of the asset, because as Anna mentioned, this is key to efficiently manage any property. We are also leasing 55 retail properties across Poland. That's very various portfolio, from the large shopping galleries like Bronowice, Blue City, to smaller assets. And also we are providing the services for the retailers. So I'm happy to have a kind of a perspective from both sides, and landlord and the retailer as well.
Right. So maybe we'll start off with you. How do you see, well, looking at retailers, because you cover such a broad area in Poland, which types of retailers are expanding, and even who's having problems? Who, if you're talking to I mean, I think it's no secret, but you're covering so many areas. What sectors do you see doing well, and what sectors do you think, wow, we've got what's going to take a bit more time?
I think that this is no secret that the most actively developing retailers are still value retailers, because there is the big demand from the customer side, who are more and more price sensitive to the products that those value retailers are offering. Some of them are even transforming towards with the offer, like Pepco is changing now the type of the, or maybe not type of the assortment, but the number of assortment towards fashion. So there are more and more fashion now in Pepco than it was initially, to answer the client's needs and the demand. So as I said, value retailers are still developing, and those retailers are looking both on the shopping centers, but also the retail parks, which is, I think, on the agenda of everyone. Of course, the food retailers are expanding, but what's quite important to remember is the fact that the Polish market is already very well developed, so everyone are looking for a good opportunity, good location, where the competition will be sustainable, and where the project will work properly. I think that's quite important, interesting to see how the electronics retailers are developing and evolving, because there was a topic of if they will survive with the e-commerce, but the evolution went towards downsizing the stores, going in smaller cities, as well as in the big agglomerations, and to change the experience for the customer. So it's not only the stores, but there's also the place where the customers can get in advice. So we can compare it to like Genius Bar Apple. Yes, so you go to the store, get the advice from the seller, buy it in the store or online, and that's pure omnichannel experience.
Yeah, it seems that they're doing a lot better. The tech stores. I mean, they're a little smaller now, but every time we go into any of them, they're always full of people and big line of people trying to buy some. So I think it's just they don't understand the technology as well. Yeah, and they need to learn a little bit more about it, and then they buy stuff. Yeah.
I think that the customers with the high amount of the merchandise, they need an advice what is the best option, and that's very good way to combine online and offline. And I think that it's more about be sure that you spend your money properly, and to understand the product. That's very crucial as well. And that brings us to the topic of also the employees and the service that they are providing. That's also quite important.
More and more training is probably needed.
If I can add to what's actually developing fast, I think there's a phenomenon on food concepts of various sizes, like food halls, for instance. It's not something unique for Poland in terms of like food halls, because there are like Mathallen from Oslo in Norway, to Mercado in Mayfair, a developed church in London, or the concepts in Lisbon, for instance, and the south of Europe. But I guess this is happening in Poland too, and the example is the new food hall, like the trade hall in Gdańsk, which will be revitalized and redeveloped, and it's just following the pattern that Hala Koszyki went through a couple of years back. So both like food halls, but also like artisan food that are spreading across the streets in Poland, artisan food concepts or cafes. We have coffee shops, many coffee shops from Starbucks, but also, Chibo, for instance, they are also moving slightly away from the merchandise element in stores into focusing on coffee stores only and the experience behind, sitting over the cup of coffee. So all the like various food concepts, catering, I think it's just spreading across the CEE, actually, not only in Poland.
Yeah, it seems like Chibo's adding more seats. First of all, more places to sit, more tables in their stores, and also cutting and also more food. Yeah, a little bit more snacks or desserts or sandwiches as well.
I think that this is a very good way to combine the shopping experience with the gastronomy, with the food, and go to the shopping streets. Because when we observe the shopping streets, the retail streets in Poland, they are not that much towards the fashion. So, and the clients are expecting more to go there for the food mission than for shopping. So for Chibo, that's very good way to combine their offer, the fashion or the textile with the food and to be and to be successful on the high streets as well.
Yeah, I guess it's more going, and it seems like the whole trend is more lifestyle, more experience, and if it's having a cup of coffee with a cake, it's also working. And I think that's one of the reasons we started the lifestyle awards category, because it's working quite well. And Natalia, maybe talk a little bit about some of your clients, the retailers, the products that are using influencers, and what they're getting out of this. What does it mean?
Now it's very popular from some time. I see that it's even a little bit more popular, getting more popular than TV commercial. I see that people more trust influencers, which are real. They sharing their experiences on, for example, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. So people can get to know a real experience with products and with places. So it's more trustful than a commercial on TV. And also, I think that this kind of activities are giving bigger visibility for company, for product.
Easier to reach people than on watching TV.
Yeah, exactly. And nowadays, I see that most people not watching TV. Most people using now internet, so it's getting be more popular nowadays.
Right. And Dominic, when you guys are opening a new store or taking over a new area, what sort of marketing goes in behind or in front of the location being chosen, and even maybe make some comments about the new market square you opened in Bulgaria as well, and how that worked.
Starting marketing and with a new store, it's sometimes it's quite old school, to be honest. We have a lot of leaflets, what we give our customers, and yeah, it sounds quite funny, and usually we want to get rid of it, but if we get rid of it, our turnovers decrease massively. So
Yeah, what's left if you get rid of it?
yeah, so we still stick with it. We have it as a paper, but we also have it internally. We have a big our Kaufland app is quite famous. We have also a loyalty program, more than 50 million customers in all our countries. We are one of the biggest loyalty programs in as a food retailer, and 60% of those are using it actively with vouchers and all the couponing and all this stuff. So we have it digital and as a paper, but we also work a lot together with influencers. Don't ask me who. I don't know anybody of those. My kids are too small, luckily so far, and I just see it's very, very, very successful, but it's also dangerous as a company, as a big brand like we are, group as we are. We had some experience in Germany, so you have to react very fast if something doesn't happen, and if something happens, and you have to decide very fast on this. But we are one of the biggest grocery chains in Europe, which working together with influencers very successfully, and also doing products together with them.
So when you say dangerous, you mean like something like the influencer did something wrong or something? Is that
Which
like
doesn't match to your
I think that
corporate identity.
happens with all these sports stars as well. That's why they have big thick contracts to say they won't do anything because they are influencers as well. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with food, you see that especially food grocers sponsoring football teams and something like this. We are quite defensive on this, to be honest, but we're doing more and more in the last years. Television commercial is, as far as I know, we still do it. I'm also one of those who's not watching television anymore, so more on demand.
But you see the invoices coming through from the agencies, I guess, paying.
Yeah, it's another department, but we are quite linked to it.
There's opinion, unfortunately, that only older people watching TV and
Yeah.
young people watching now internet.
Yeah. And you have to, as a company, you have to focus on your target customer. And as a food retailer, it's quite broad. So we have elderly customers, we have different income ranges, and then you have to decide who do you deliver with which marketing. And this is as a big company as we are, it's quite complicated nowadays. But working together with influencers is a must-have nowadays.
Right. And Anya, to you, Vysotsky, I mean, with all these shopping centers you have going on, I know there is some development, but a lot of it is just running it and generating footfall either through printed leaflets or influencers or TV or what seems to work. What seems to work the best for you guys?
I think that it depends on the asset that we are speaking about. The portfolio that we are managing is very diverse, and it depends on the type of the catchment that you have, the type of the target customer. And exactly as Dominic said, you need to know your customer to properly made the marketing and get your customer. But the direct marketing, being on the social media, both Instagram, Facebook, still Facebook for elderly people, yes, or the ones that are 45 plus. And the leaflets as well are working in, especially in the locations where you have more, let's say, the older people than the young ones. And also the loyalty programs is something that is really working well, because this brings your customer to your space, to your center, to your retailers. It binds the people with the place. And because they have the sense of belonging to that, and also they gain something. So that's quite important.
Right. And so with loyalty programs, just quick question on that. What do they get out of it? They get the card, then are they getting discounts at retailers, or what do they get out of being loyal to your shopping centers?
For us, for example, we were part of the payback here in Poland, but we decided of all of our countries where we are to have our own loyalty program.
Mm-hmm.
It's about getting to know your customer properly, collecting data, but data is not useful if you don't know what to do with it. So the more you use those customer cards, the more customized offers you get. For example, as I take me, buy organic fruits and vegetables, buying a little bit more good tomatoes from Italy, tomato sauce from Italy or something like this, and then you get vouchers for 20% off this category and of those things you bought already. To getting people back to your store and have more loyalty with it, and this is working quite well. We have it now in all the countries. The customers appreciate it, but a lot of companies are doing this, so you have to gain some.
So they're getting some discounts, and also like offers of what you think they would like to buy based on what they bought.
Yeah. AI comes into this play as well. So we're working algorithms and AI over it to get to know the customer better, where they are from. It's also important for the expansion business, because then we know, for example, you plan another store nearby. How is the cannibalism? Does it play a role there, or how does the expected turnover shrink in this store when you build very close by? So it's a broad range of opportunities you have with it.
Right. And Natalia, just talking about some of your clients on the on the influencer side? Is it more retailers, shopping centers, maybe trying to promote lifestyle? Is it more products? What do you see like are attracted to you or that you're promoting?
Yeah, I'm focusing the most on lifestyle. So because of that lifestyle awards idea, it's covering hotels, traveling, uh, generally everything what is connected with lifestyle. So traveling, food, fashion, beauty, cosmetics, even cars. So all
So everything
lifestyle.
fun,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So also because of that, we have some this kind of companies on nominations to lifestyle awards.
Okay, great. And Anya, coming back to Singu and talking a little bit more in depth, how is your solutions helping retailers? Like in when you're meeting with a retailer saying, look, here's what you get.
Okay, so just maybe to start with, it's a versatile and universal solution. It's a CAFM platform, but it's applicable to asset owners, to property management companies, asset management companies, facility management companies, and retailers, tenants. So it's universal because you want, regardless who you are, you want your operations to be optimized, simplified, and you want to have access to data. And it's also versatile and universal because you grant access to people, to various people within your organizations, like the stakeholder, top management stakeholders, so the management board, the shopping center manager, the tenant, the technical staff, vendor, external vendor, for instance, and they have access to this tool, and they all see the values behind it. They all use it, and using the tool in a daily work, we actually collect data. There is also AI embedded in Singu. So we have an AI in our checklist for property inspections, for instance. And to your question, the values, the core values for the retailers, as I would see it, is the cost optimization. So first of all, cost optimization, control over external services. So you can actually get down on the number of external services because you control how quickly they are on the tasks. For instance, if something breaks in a store, let's say, we cover Amrest portfolio globally, there is a coffee machine which breaks in the store. It's very easy to report the fact using a mobile app, and you see the whole workflow. You see how quickly and the person on the platform gets access to it and gets notification of the broken stuff, and they are on it quickly. So we can manage your vendors, you can choose vendors, you can assess how well they work, then you can select the best vendor to your asset. It's a global platform, so there is a lot of cost benefits on global employment. But also, so cost efficiency and control and productivity are the top benefits, but also we run a number of conversations with people in charge of ESG, so sustainability officer across many retailers, or controlling people from the controlling departments. They need to have data for non-financial reporting that they are putting in place, obligatory. And what Singu does, it has data in it for energy consumption, GHG emissions, carbon footprint. It's on all there, also for smart metering. So it's very easy for them to pick data from the system and consolidate it in the non-financial reporting. So that's why we talk to many different people at retailers, because each role within the organization see the benefit of using a platform like Singu.
So shopping center managers or portfolio managers probably really like your system for seeing what's going on in their business. Yeah.
Shopping center managers are also using it for driving the sort of tenant centricity, because they can offer Singu as a benefit, and the tool, like, they give access to tenants. So they, using a mobile app, report on a defect in a very easy way and quick way. They see the status, so there is no phone calls, no emails which get lost, like whatever breaks in the store. It's like easy notification. The system alerts and notifies the person in charge, and the tenants see the workflow behind it. So this is a tool to optimize and simplify the communication with tenants as well. And you can obviously survey tenants after the event that you held on site. You can check their feedback, whether they like, the quality of the service, cleaning service, or any other service. Or you can make them aware of the works that are happening on the site. So it's also a tool to run the communications with tenants. So from the shopping center manager point of view, I think it's also useful because it adds this additional layer to all the other benefits, which is the risk management, cost efficiency, better control over external services, etc.
Great. And Anna, back to Nude a bit. What projects or what shopping malls or styles are working the best in your organization these days? Where do people want to go? What do they want to do?
I answer your question again. It depends on the location. I will not say that the best performance is from the biggest shopping center, although they perform very well as well. But I think that the ones that are performing the best are the ones that are that suit the location, the catchment, and answer the needs of the customer. So we can speak about Galeria Bronowice, which is 50,000 square meter GLA project, which works very well and has stabilized over the years in terms of the tenant mix, number of customers, and works very well. And on the other hand, we have Piaseczno, the Ocean Shopping Center in Piaseczno, which is half size, even more than half size of that of Bronowice, but works extremely well because it exactly caters the needs of the customers. So I would say that the assets that works the best are the ones that fit the location. And I think that this is not only for the Nude portfolio, but that's the general rule for the market. If you miss your catchment area, if you miss your clients, and you provide the offer that they don't need or they don't want to use, then you will fail.
And on the different types of marketing you mentioned, let's say in the groups where there's older people, it's probably more the leaflet side or what they want to hold in their hands, and younger it's or maybe TV, and younger it's more social media, or influencing. How are you dealing with all of these things? I know you're not 100% on the marketing, but well.
I mean, first of all, we are very closely checking our customer profile, and we do that through the different researchers and through the loyalty programs, and let's say checking who is registering in the program, so we know our client very well. And then we can fit their needs. But I think that again we are going here to the tools and technology to get know your client, and that's very helpful. Of course, when we look at the majority of the portfolio, those are like the first and second generation shopping centers, which are dominated by the hypermarket with let's say more limited gallery. And naturally, many of them are directed to, let's say, more mature customer group. But of course, it all depends from the location to location. So as I'm coming to your question, to answer your question, we are researching our catchment and our customers to know them and to cater the offer and the marketing campaigns as well to their needs and their profile.
And Natalia, speaking of like knowing your customers, what types of followers do you have? What would you say your follower base is?
Yeah, most people are from Poland because of my activity in Poland. So approximately 90% is in Poland, but this another 10 is from mostly Europe, Germany, mostly Germany. Some I checked that are from US. I don't know why, but yeah, it's like that.
Right. So are they men, women, older, younger? Do you have the statistics?
Yeah, exactly. I have about 70% of women. Also, probably because of my modeling job, a lot of girls want to following me because of that I'm showing a lot of backstage from photo shoots. It's interesting for girls. also because of that idea of modeling agency, because a lot of questions from girls how this world look behind this scene.
Right. So a lot from that, and then probably using some of the products that you're promoting as well, I would imagine. Yeah.
I think so.
So Dominic, talking about some of the expansion plans for Poland and for CE, where let's say where is your kind of a list of places to be going forward here in the next 8 months, 12 months?
Yeah, as I said it before, so we start depending what we need. 2,000 square meters of sales area. This is where we start. We feel very convenient between 2,500 to 3,500. In Germany, it's a little bit bigger. In the CE, we are on average 3,500. In Germany, we are much bigger, 4,500, because we had a lot of takeovers in the past. And we need sites from 6,000 square meters, cities from 10,000 square meters, catchment areas from 25,000 square meters. And as said before, leased or we buy plots or sites, that's all fine for us. The location has to be the right one, and the conditions have to be the right ones, where we have a sustainable business. We know what we are able to achieve. We don't do high risks. We want to sustain a long time. We are good at this, what we are doing, and we have responsibility, and therefore we want to grow in this matter.
So besides size, okay, I'll clearly through thousands minimum, 3,000. But let's say what is like the top 5 things if you're meeting with a potential developer, they're looking to develop a site. What are the top 5 things that you're asking about or looking for?
Yeah, we need the traffic. So one of the good examples here in Warsaw is maybe Fort Waller, where we are work together with Mayland, when I remember it correctly, to develop the nice center. So we need the traffic. We have a strong focus on ESG and sustainable development.
Here in Mayland last year, I think
or 2 years ago, something like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Or with Redcom last month. Fort Waller, yeah. The traffic, our customers come by car usually, so we need a lot of parking spaces. On average, we are about 250. We don't care about, of course we care, but at the moment it's with petrol and diesel, but in the future would be maybe more with EVs. So for example, in Poland, we soon will have all the stores fit out with charging station, fast charging stations. So this plays a major role for us. Yeah, for sure, the bread and butter business of expansion. You need a stable income. You need housing development nearby, where the customers come and do their weekly shopping with us.
Yeah, I would. You see a lot of these projects where they're saying, "Oh, we're next to a bus stop, or we have bicycle paths and this and that." But it's pretty hard to come on a bicycle to Coughlin and buy your week's groceries. I would imagine you really need people to come with cars.
Yeah. We have for sure also bicycle parking spaces. We did it with with electrical bicycles in some areas in Germany. But at the end, you have.
At the end of the day, if you wanted to buy something out of some,
weekly shopping is easier with the car.
It's very, very difficult. So yeah, having that, they definitely need to have a car, and probably electric vehicles are more and more coming. Yeah.
But we also have location. You mentioned it before, the Sofia, the market hall. There we have very limited parking spaces. But this is an area where for those who don't know it, we bought this amazing building. It was built 1910. It is in the city, in the heart of Sofia. The metal construction, the roof is done by the foundry of Gustav Eiffel. There are Roman walls in the basement. We have a virtual reality museum there, and there we have, I think, about 50 or 25 or so, very limited parking spaces. But the people are coming by foot. Tourists are coming and want to see this location. So we are also able to do things differently. But the majority has to have parking spaces, good connection.
Maybe we'll, because I know lunch is waiting, so maybe we'll just wrap up the panel. And Anya, we'll start down there with you. Any kind of last-minute comments or what things we've missed, or pearls of wisdom you would like to leave us for this final panel?
I think that retail is always was very the most exciting sector in the real estate. and it's very dynamic. I think that with the maturity, it demands from all of us, from the property owners, property managers, retailers as well, the marketing companies, the other market people, a lot of observation, research, and and getting know what you are doing, no random actions. I think that the one element that I would like to add to this discussion about the influencer side is the fact that we need to remember that the social media is very powerful channel of selling. So it's not only promoting and advertising the brand, but also the possibility of selling the goods directly through the social media, which tend to be quite important actually for the brands that are using that for the direct sale. So I think that there's a time ahead of us where we all had to observe the market and take right decision that are data driven, and take into account all the policies of the companies, where we want to be, what we want to do, and who is our client.
Yeah, I see quite a few posts where they're just promoting marketing or trying to get the people to come into the stores or come into the shopping malls, and then others where it's like buy directly from us online. Yeah.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I think that the omni-channel is a word that we are using already for some years, and it's getting more and more important. When we look at the share of the online or of the e-commerce in Poland or in the Central Europe or markets like Italy, you see that it's not that this will not endanger the traditional sale. In Poland, we are not even 9% in the average for this year, for 2024, which means that vast majority of the sale is through traditional channels. Of course, when we go to more in details to certain categories, some fashion retailers are even up to 30%, but still 70% is traditional. But if you, being a brand, want to get your client, have them loyal, you need to be with them everywhere where they are, and everyone has a phone. And as you said, TikTok is very powerful. I have kids same age, and they know the brands through the TikTok, and they get the brands get their loyalty and recognition through the TikTok. So that's very powerful.
Right. Okay. Natalia, any final last comments or pearls of wisdom for us about the influencing or modeling market?
It's big topic, so we can talk all day. I think that we spoke about the most important issues.
Okay, Dominic, any last?
For wisdom's too old yet, but we'll see. No, it's as I said, we are growing. We will do the 1,600th store this year. Feel free to come to us and to me, and to build a new footfall anchor together.
Just one quick question that I didn't ask you before, but how do you see the development and the investor, let's say, interest in investing in these stores or investing in the properties? How is the investor market taking on retail? I know we talked about it in the first panel, but just to get your comment on this as well.
I just can say it's for the food retailers, and this is
Sure.
Since still COVID. So we saw during COVID that we are very, very stable. We saw it now through high inflation and high interest rates in the shrinking industries or economies, especially German, that we are stable, that we can that we bring very good turnovers, that we are increasing, that we are growing, and we see the interest of the investors and developers to our group and to our company.
And you mentioned, just sorry to keep asking you, but you mentioned one thing you said after COVID. And what my view or what I've seen is before COVID, no one seemed to care about grocery retail at all. It's like they didn't want an anchor. How do you think is that correct? Do you feel that? And why did COVID change that? Are people shopping more in grocery stores, or how did this really make such a big change?
I think COVID was an accelerator, and saw that which branch is quite stable in it from the retailers, and you see that you need food. we need to eat. We are hungry, and you go to those who deliver, as we do, low prices with high quality. And we do it every day. We have 155,000 employees who do this every day with strong effort. And I think COVID showed that we are able also through rough times to deliver daily.
All right. Okay. And Anya, we'll finalize the panel with you.
My piece of wisdom, actually, don't be afraid of modern technology. I know we are living in property industry, and the property industry is least digitalized out of many different industries. It's still like many things done by phone and by email. But I would actually say that technology is the future. It's inevitable, and smart technology, smart operations, I would actually encourage you to engage and do more. Because with the new generations coming to work for shopping centers, for retailers alike, it's inevitable. And if you recall the old times, you know, how was life before Booking.com or Airbnb? Uh, so well, how did I book a hotel in Paris? I googled hotels in Paris, and I had to click on each page, each website, one by one, to get to the hotel that I want to stay. So actually, Booking.com or Airbnb revolutionized the tourist industry, and I think what we offer at Singo is exactly this on property operations and portfolio operations side. So this just maybe my last piece of wisdom.
Right.
Go for energy.
And your comment about the coffee machine breaking. I was in a place, the coffee machine was broken. I came back a week later, it was still broken. So I'm sure they're not using your system. Yeah, but I can imagine the manager there doesn't know who the vendor is. The new manager doesn't know who the vendor is, digging through some giant manual to find out who made it. That's probably been thrown away. They don't know how to get it fixed.
And Singo, they didn't have Singo because the Singo would alert you before your guarantee period expires. So you would actually do the check-in, and you would do the repair or replacement before it's actually the guarantee period terminates, so that you can mitigate the risk of
like projective replacement or something.
Exactly. We go from reactive to preventive maintenance.
Okay. So anyway, thank you all for coming and joining our panel, and we'd like to thank all the panelists. Thank you very much, and a big round of applause for them.
Thank you.